They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. This defense for the Browns, they were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll keep it on the ground. Nix. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It goes as a loss of 6. And now 3rd down.
When coaches stress their defense being physical, they don't just mean the big guys. How about the guys on the outside, the cornerbacks? It's not just their job to patrol the airspace. They can get involved in the run game as well.
Crowd getting in it a bit already. Here's an early 3rd and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's airing it out for Williams. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Detroit.
Boy, just zero hesitation from the rookie passer there, partner. He is coming out firing in this opening quarter.
And all the talk leading into this game was that pass rush talking about challenging this guy, getting into his grill, getting into his space. And how about him? Might be his first year in the NFL, but I don't see any fear in him at all. How about that big-time throw right out of the gate?
Extra point right down the middle, and it's now a 7-0 game. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Watson now to throw. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Brandon, once that one broke down, there were only so many options left for him to take. Fortunately, only 1st down, so he smartly got the yardage he could get and didn't worry about trying to turn it into a bigger play and end up taking a bigger loss. Here, they hope they can regroup and get something different going here on 2nd down.
Flushed out right. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
But one of the things we talked about coming into this was that we were never going to question the fight that he's going to have for all 4 quarters of a game. But ideally, you want him fighting for big plays and 1st downs early, not fighting just to get back to the line of scrimmage, as we saw right there.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. This is taken at the 23. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Now, sometimes those punt returns can yield some unnecessary roughness penalty.
Now, I know a lot of guys, when they run a long way to execute a block or make a hit, they're going to launch it no matter what, and it can often cost them.
A lack of discipline defensively on 4th down, and now that leads to a 1st and 10. They run the counter. Nix, and he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson.
And they'll work this down inside the 30.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass in the first drive. It comes right back, and He's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Davante Adams, his 9th touchdown of the season.
And the Lions have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 14-0.
Lions 14, Browns 0. Jack Fox to kick off for the Lions.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
The Browns drive about to get started. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to throw, Watson.
And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time they were up to the challenge.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson.
This complete to David Bell.
And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
On first down, it's Watson.
Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown.
Charles, it is pretty rare that we see a team build this kind of lead in the opening quarter. And, man, they seem to be clicking on all 3 phases right there. The defense doing its part with a pick 6.
And it's absolutely been the definition of a start that you would pick for yourself and for your team, right? And I have a feeling that they just want to stay in this zone. What's truly incredible about this start is they can add on a couple more scores. This one could legitimately be over in the second quarter.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away.
The Browns take over 1st and 10.
They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive.
Fresh off the pick six, it's Watson.
And complete to Drake London.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Second and 1 at the 9-yard line.
Faking the give. Now Watson. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted.
And the Lions are going to take possession of the football.
If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance.
And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Greg Newsome. And the Browns are going to take over at their own 41. CD, when he went to throw that, I'm not sure if he just didn't see where the defense was. Whatever the case, not the throw you're looking for on 1st and goal.
Not at all, because, look, let's face it, that close to the goal line.
And now Watson throws another interception. Picked up by Afitu Melifonwu. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football. I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you've thrown this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
And he'll be brought down at the 27.
Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. This is caught, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Davante Adams. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Lions are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 28-0.
Browns 9. Jack Fox to kick off for the Lions.
So this not what we expected. 28-0 here in the first as another kickoff is away.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Cleveland offense ready to go.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. And Chubb will try the middle here. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
Hey, you got to snap it. You got to sign it.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Watson. That's out to Chubb, complete. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. We are in for a good one as we're through 1 on EA Sports. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he's going to have the 1st down, yardage to the 35.
3rd and 2, right? So this is a situation where low man has got to win at the line of scrimmage, but it's not just the low man winning. It's the low man who's winning with some force, and they had that to pick up the first down.
Barely picking it up, but they did.
Now a first down throw, Watson. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. David Njoku, 65 yards.
And the Browns are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point by York is up and good.
And it's now a 28-7 ball game.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they are back to 500 now. The win last week, their 3rd in a row. And the question, is this one coming too late to make a difference in the playoff race?
Great question. They definitely still have some work to do, but I think a lot of folks were writing this team off about 3 weeks ago, even some of their own fans. So I suggest you put some extra shocks on the old bandwagon because this team has rebounded.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Wait.
They'll look to throw. And it's complete to Adams. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 2 touchdowns for him already in this first half. This one good for a first down.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys.
And this is caught. And in for the Lions touchdown.
Well, partner, I mean, if anybody was still questioning whether or not he had an NFL caliber arm, I think you can toss that right out the window. That was a heck of a throw right there.
I would agree totally. Question it no more. This rookie, big-time throw right there. Great poise, stepped up, trusted he could lay it in there perfectly, and he knew that his guy was going to make the catch on the other end. Nice collaboration.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started.
Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, playing the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
On 2nd and 10, Watson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the linebacker, Myles Jack.
And the Lions are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Well, that is interception number 4 for him, Charles. 4 here in the first half alone, and they're already trailing by 4 possessions.
Makes me wonder, partner, do they just not have any confidence at all in the backup, or do they just have that much confidence in him? able to throw 4 picks already. They're certainly hoping that he can turn things around and quickly. Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That's a loss of 8 yards there to bring up third.
Taken down back at the 42.
Let's go now. 6, 7.
Back to throw here. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. He couldn't get away there on third down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12.
Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down. Watson now going to run the option right. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. Really good effort. He does it himself, picks up 15, also picks up the first down.
Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
How about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Chubb running to the wide side. Trying to turn the corner, but he's going to be stopped right near the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. Here's Watson. And my goodness, another interception.
Picked up by Afitu Melifonwu. And the Lions are going to take over at their own 41.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ballgame, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Here we go. Black, red. Red, yellow. Cheetah, cheetah.
2nd and 6. He's airing it out for Williams. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. He'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
On 4th down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit.
And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Watson. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first.
Evident there that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he was going to force a throw that time, but nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running for a first down himself.
And he finds a man with a crossing route. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Watson on first down.
Going out wide, finds Chubb. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now it's Watson. Looking middle, and that's complete.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash, this a 31-yard attempt.
York able to send this one through.
And that will do it for this first half. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3.
Jack Fox to kick off for the Lions.
The Browns going to see the football first, but they trail here as we resume play on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And now here's another interception.
Picked up by Afitu Melifonwu. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football.
That one is going to sting. First play of the third quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this third quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. And you come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key.
Crucial.
And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Give him 30 yards there. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. They're going to look to throw. Touchdown!
Jamison Williams
with his 3rd touchdown and 18th on the year.
And the Lions take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points.
Brandon, remind me again, this is a rookie quarterback we're seeing?
A rookie indeed.
I mean, because my eyes are telling me something I'm having trouble believing. 5 touchdown passes. He's thrown 5 in this game. Are you kidding me?
The point after is good, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
42, Browns 10. Jack Fox to kick off for the Lions.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
But maybe this offense has learned something from Long. But a nice throw there for a good gain and a first down.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Afitu Melifonwu. And the Lions will take over here just shy of the 30. Charles, are you kidding me? 4 interceptions? I mean, that's a good season for a lot of defensive backs.
A lot of reason to get voted into the Pro Bowl. When you have 4 in one game, I mean, talk about a campaign slogan, right?
It's caught inside the 25. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
Well, partner, that's how you make a long drive suddenly not so long anymore. One big play, and they're already in field goal range with designs on getting more than that.
Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. And the Lions are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9. He'll look to throw. This is caught. And that's a touchdown, but hold on. There is a flag down on the field. We'll have to see what this is about. A terrible spot for a holding call as he'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. But it'll be 2nd and goal.
Hut. Claws red. Drill green. Striker.
They'll look to throw again. Throw left side complete. That's Adams. A 10-yard completion, but still now facing 3rd and goal. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here. Now the Lions, they send out the field goal unit here. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, the only silver lining on the other sideline, CD, is that they kept him out of the end zone, but still, that's another 3 points added on to this large lead.
Yeah, no shortage of scoring or big plays on defense in this one. And even up by 4 possessions, still finding ways to create opportunities and capitalize with points.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half.
That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right
there. On first down, Watson. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack.
That time, Charles, great job keeping him in the pocket and not letting him escape.
And, Brandon, I think this was a great example of the front and the back working together, meaning the back covering, no place to go with the football. And the front, terrific job on the edge so he couldn't escape outside. And then, of course, the inside pressure kept him hemmed in as well.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. The Browns send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. He'll look to set up his blockers. Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Third quarter action. Appreciate you joining us from Cleveland, Ohio. 2nd and 10.
On the ball.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. This one caught. It's the tight end, Hockenson. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards the pickup there.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Caught on the right side by Adams. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. And despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. Back to throw again.
Here's back-to-back catches for Davante Adams.
And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 39. A gain of 18 and a new set of downs. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 39-yard line. The play action fake. They'll look to throw.
That pass caught. It's Williams. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big third quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
He hits Adams, complete. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. And we're back now here in Cleveland. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. And we'll begin it with a field goal try here. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely.
And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38.
11 yards there and a Lion first down. And I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. They'll keep it on the ground. Nix, he'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36. The offense on 3rd down, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 8. And he is going to lose yardage here. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. He's got the leg, but it's no good. He missed it right, but that's just a minor blip here in what's been a thoroughly dominating performance. The Cleveland offense ready to go.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah.
Oh, Chubb fumbled it. But I think a Brown was able to recover, and they'll indeed hold on to the ball here.
Wow. That ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get them home.
And now here is another interception.
And the Lions are going to take possession of the football. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road and help seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
And he missed it. It's no good, but that shouldn't matter a great deal as they still lead by a bundle here. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the fourth quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now Watson. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes.
More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns, and a late sack, just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. The Browns send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback.
Set, ready. Ready.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock. Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces, and I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. Here comes the Lions punter now as he's on to kick it away. Fielded just inside the 20. It'll be a 47-yard punt with a net of 40 following a 7-yard return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Watson off play action. And my goodness, another interception. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
So it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
Back now on EA Sports as the kick teams are out here following the 2-minute warning. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fields the squib kick right around the 30.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, and with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson.
Into the hands of London.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. One last throw here for Watson. And that will be incomplete, as time has run out on this football game. So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions, and it